Hello everyone, welcome back to another Umamusume video. Today is, well, hopefully 3/12, March 12th, if you don't know what 3 means. And guess what time it is? It's time for, of course, Track Blazer. On top of Track Blazer, it's time for the first anniversary, which means we're going to be starting off with 2 new trainees, about 3 new summonable SSR, well, no, 3 summonable support cards, and 2 free-to-play support cards we get from the event. But before we touch the event and even the support cards, let's look over the trainees. A new 2-star coming soon, Mati Kane Tannhauser. Has a stat bonus of 20% in stamina and 10% in guts. She has an aptitude towards turf, with a G rating in dirt. Her distances are medium and long, with a D in mile, and her strategies are pace and length. Her unique skill at 2 stars is Ready Go, but at 3 star it will be Go Go Mun. Recover endurance and moderately increase velocity with newfound resolve when in mid-pack around halfway through the race. When it comes to her innate skills, she has Calm in the Crowd, Pressure, and Slick Surge. And let's get into our Awakened skills. At level 2, you'll get Shake It Out. At level 3, you'll get Unruffled. Level 4, you'll get Homestretch Haste. And finally, at level 5, you'll get Overwhelming Pressure. Now, Evolve skills have still not come yet, but we shall still go over it. When you go into the training event here, which I'll quickly take a peek at. Here it is. This is a random event you'll get, but also this is just for the evolved skill. So you get randomly either 10 power, 10 guts, and a mood up, or 10 power and 10 guts and a mood down. And depending on that, you need to get the good outcome, or at least 5 speed type skills, and Unruffled goes to Going My Way. Going My Way, if you become surrounded in the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase and your stamina will recover. Okay. Overwhelming Pressure has 2 conditions to meet. You need to win any graded long race 2 times or have at least 600 stamina. And on top of that, get at least 2 skills for long aptitude. And Overwhelming Pressure will turn into 8 Mun. For long races, if you overtake someone during the final leg, your speed will increase, your acceleration will slightly increase, and your stamina will recover. From events, you can get Pace Strategy, Mile Corner, Inside Scoop, Updrafters, and All I've Got. Here are the objectives. After the make debut, you need to place 5th or better in 1G1 races. So, realistically, there are a couple races you can try to place 5th or better, which are, the Hopeful Stakes, the 2-mile ones. She does not have a good mile stat, but if you raise it up, you can definitely make her race in it and win. But yeah, you need to do that before at least the Sakutsuki show. So you'll have a decent amount of turns to get it done. Basically, I think the cutoff is actually the Hopeful Stakes, so just keep that in mind. After that, you need to place 5th or better in the Sakutsuki show, and after the Sakutsuki show will be the Tokyo Yushun, placing 5th or better, and then finally ending off with Kika show, placing 3rd or better. After the classic year, you will enter the senior class, and for the senior class, you need to place 3rd or better in the Diamond Stakes, place 3rd or better in the Tenno Show Spring, placed 3rd or better in the Takarazuka Kinen, placed 3rd or better in the Japan Cup, and finally placed 1st in the Arima Kinen to end off her 10 objectives. Let's take a look-see into some secret events, and then we'll go over her epitaph. Her first epitaph here is participating in the Mile Championships in the Classic to beat Daitaku Helios. If you do that, you get 20 power in a Mile Corner's Hint +1. If you participate in the Arima Kinen and beat Nice Nature, you'll get 20 stamina and an inside scoop hit +1. Participating in the Yasuda Kinyan in your senior year and beating Ikono Dictus will get you 20 guts and an Updrafter's hit. And finally, participating in the All Comers Senior and beating Twin Turbo will get you 20 power, not 20 power, 20 speed and an All I've Got hint +1. That is Matikane Tannhauser. Overall, I'll be prepared to see her a lot. I would assume so, because we are having free multis on this trainee banner on top of the support card banner. But Matikane Tannhauser is a 2-star, which means that those golds may most likely be her if she's rated up, of course. Her epitaph: we have great talents mature late. Only for her, as most character-specific epitaphs are, you need to participate in 12 or more G1 races, and you need to win at least 4 graded races of 2,500 meters or longer, including the Kika Show and the Arima Kinyan in your senior year. Pretty simple, all things considered. Let's head into the first anniversary unit, I would say, or trainee, I suppose is the better term. Kita-san Black. Kita-san Black is coming to the game, no longer confided to her support card role. You can now use her and, train her instead. She has a stat bonus of 20% in speed and 10% in stamina. Her aptitude is towards turf, but she has a G in dirt. The distances she can run are medium and long, with a C in mile. And the strategy is front, but she has a B in pace, C in late, and a G in it. Her unique skill is Victory Cheer, moderately increased velocity when positioned toward the front of the third corner in the second half of the race, or Kick Forward Hard when toward the front on the backstretch late race. So 2 different proccing opportunities. Something to keep a look into how you end up running her, of course. Her innate skills are Focus, Long Straightaways, and Early Lead. When you start to awaken her skills, at level 2 you'll get Medium Straightaways, at level 3 you'll get Taking the Lead, at level 4 you'll get Leader's Pride, and at level 5 you get Blast Forward. We're again going over the evolved skills with Taking the Lead first. Trigger the specific training event or get at least 2 skills for front aptitude. If we, I suppose, go all the way down and look for that event, we can follow the specific kanji. Maybe I have to pause, but I'm going to try my best. Okay. I got this. Don't tell me it's a different one, and then I have to look up there. It looks like it is. Okay. So you pick between getting either 5 speed and 5 stamina, or 10 guts. That's how you get this specific one to proc. So you just have to get that specific one to proc. I don't know why exactly this one just yet. But I suppose we will get to find out truly when it is, time to go into the race. Is this even the right one? Maybe I'm just joshing you guys. Give me 1 sec. It was indeed the wrong one. The correct one we were looking for was actually right here. It is a choice between 20 speed, 10 energy, and 10 guts, or a corner recovery hint +2. That is the one you're looking for, and having at least 800 speed taking the lead will turn into Festival Shout. For your front runner, at the start of the race, your acceleration will greatly increase. Very nice. For Blast Forward, you need to win the Arima Kinen twice, or have at least 600 stamina, and get at least 2 skills for long aptitude. Blast Flash is for long distances. At a random point on a random straight, your speed will greatly increase. Interesting. And finally, this one is fairly new, it would seem. Having at least When 1,500,000 fans and getting at least 2 skills for medium aptitude, Blast Forward will turn into a medium skill this time. At a random point on the random straight, your speed will greatly increase. So, you have 2 options there. From events, you'll get Corner Adept, Corner Recovery, Spring Runner, Soft Step, Keeping the Lead, Steadfast, and Prudent Positioning. Let's run through her objectives real quick. After the Junior Make debut, the next thing you're going to be running into is getting at least 5,000 fans. After obtaining those 5,000 fans through whatever means you see fit, you'll enter the Saint Leet Keenan. After the Saint Leet Keenan, you need to place 3rd or higher, and then finally we'll enter the race basically a day after the Kika Show. The Kika Show, you need to place 3rd or better, and then finally the Arima Keenan at the end of the Classic year, placing 3rd or better. After that, you'll enter the Osaka High, placing 3rd or better, the Tenno Show Spring, placing 3rd or better, and the Takarazuka Keenan, placing 3rd or better, the Tenno Show Autumn, placing 3rd or better, the Japan Cup, placing 3rd or better, and finally, ending off at 11 objectives, the Arima Keenan, and placing 1st. Her secret events, let's see. We have Step With You. Winning the Spring Triple Crown, which includes the Osaka High, Tenno Show Spring, and the Takarazuka Keenan, will get you Spring Runner Hint +2 and Soft Step Hint +2. Winning the Triple Crown in your Classic year will give you the Skutsuki Show, Japanese Derby, and Kika Show. All stats will receive +13, skill points 54, a mood up, keeping the lead hint +2, steadfast hint +1, and finally, her last one, winning the Triple Crown and the Arima Keenan and Senior will net you stats 3, skill points +45, and prudent positioning hint +2. That is all that it would seem to be the secret events for Kita-san Black, but it is not the end of it all. Let's go over her epitaph, which is Festival Horse Girl. Festival Horse Girl is for Kita-san Black only. Win 7 or more G1 races, including the Kika Show, the Tenno Show Spring, the Takarazuka Kinen, the Tenno Show Autumn, and the Arima Kinen Senior year for both of those. By the way, I should have stated that. You can run the Tenno Show Autumn and the Arima Kinen in your Classic year, but specifically you need to win the Senior year for this one. And earn at least 4,800,000 fans. And you'll get for Festival Horse Girl. I don't know what else there is to say about that. But yeah, that's how you get it. These are our 2 new trainees that will be getting free Sumzar. There is one in the future that will come a little bit after this, but of course we'll go over her when her time comes. Before we go crazy, let me take a little quick pause, because I'm going to be talking about support cards. And we're back. So we have at least 3 new SRs and 1 new SSR to summon for. Let's start with the SRs, of course. We have Majiro Ryan, a Stamina SR support card. And at level 45, max limit broken, here's what she'll do for you. She increases the effectiveness of friendship training by 10%, increased guts gain when training together by 1. She has a friendship bonus of 20, a mood effect of 50, a race bonus of 5, fan bonus of 15, specialty priority of 35, initial friendship gauge of 20, and a stamina bonus +1. Her support hints are up tempo, medium straightaways, slick surge, and a +6 to stamina, and 2 to guts. From events, you'll get late surge or straightaways and pace strategy. On the first node, you get 10 stamina, and on the second node, you get 25 energy back, or you can get 10 stamina, 5 power, and a late surge or straightaways hint +2. Her random events are losing 10 energy, gaining 15 power, or you get 4 maximum energy and 5 power. the last random event for Majiro Ryan SR. You can get Base Strategy Hint +1 or 30 energy back. That is Majiro Ryan. On to the next one, we have Admire Vega. Admire Vega is a SR Guts type, and her support effects are the following. Her unique effect is speed gain when training together by 1, increases stat gain from races by 5%, with a friendship bonus of 30%, 10 race bonus, 20 fan bonus, 30 mood effect, 20 initial friendship gauge, a 35 specialty priority, initial 20 guts when starting a career, and a power bonus of 1. Her support hints are level-headed, masterful gambit, and closer straightaways, strategist, tether, and a stat gain of 1 power, 1 speed, and 6 guts. From events, you can get End Closer Savvy and Subdued Pace Chasers. On the first node, you can get 20 energy back, 10 speed, or you can get 10 wisdom and the Practice Perfect status. Pretty good. On the second node, you get 10 guts and End Closer Savvy Hint +2. And that's it. For the random events, you have the choice between 15 power and 10 energy, and or a Subdued Pace Chaser's Hint +1 or 10 wisdom. That is Admire Vega. Guts. On to the last SR, before we talk about them all real quick, is Sakura Bakshino. She is a power type at level 45. This is what she brings to the table. Her unique effect is increases the effectiveness of friendship training by 10%, increases the frequency at which characters participate in their preferred training type by 20. With a friendship bonus of 20%, a race bonus of 10, a fan bonus of 20, specialty priority of 50, training effectiveness of 5, initial power of 20, initial friendship gauge of 20, and a power bonus of 1. Her support hints are sprint straightaways, sprint corners, huge lead, sprint to gear, countermeasure, intimidate, frenzied front runners, flustered front runners, and a +2 to stamina and a +6 to power for stat gain. From events, you can get Tail Held High and Gap Closer. On the first node, you can lose 10 energy and get 30 speed, or you can lose 10 energy and get 30 skill points. That's not more up your speed. You can lose 10 energy in the next one anyway, and get 10 power and a Tail Held High hint +2. Her random events are getting 15 speed, or you can get 5 speed and 10 power. And or you can get Gap Closer hint +1, or you can lose 10 energy, get 10 speed, and 5 power back to you. These are our new SRs, Sakura Bakshino, Admire Vega, and Majiro Ryan. Overall, pretty good inclusions to anyone's deck, I would assume. Admire Vega is exceptionally very nice because at the low price of, let's see, since you start off with a race bonus, you start off with a initial 10% fan bonus at 1 awakened. And the more you get over time, or heck, if you just use some crystals to limit break it yourself so you can get it faster, it will slowly go up by 1 into 2 intervals, finally ending up at a 15 race bonus from this card. Not only that, but she also gives you the Practice Perfect status effect, which is usually very nice for anyone who is training their Umamusume. And, well, I don't really press guts too often. She will show up in the guts area for people who simply want to train that stat the most. So, it's also nice with that, I suppose. Her mood effect and friendship bonus are also pretty nice, on top of having an initial friendship gauge of 20, so she'll be somewhat ready to be made your friend. Majiro Ryan has a crazy mood effect of 50 when you max her out. That's always nice. She still has a 5% race bonus. So for Track Blazer, she'll have some usability, minimal usability, I would say, on top of effectiveness when training in general. Not only that, she has some decent, skills to be given away for your late surgers, or I guess if you run medium. It's not the penultimate amount of skills you would want to get from support hints, but don't worry, Sakura Bakushin has your sprinters accounted for, because her support hit count is crazy. And on top of having tail held high, guaranteed if you manage to make it to her second node, that's always nice to have, on top of always showing up, not always, but a good chance of showing up in the power category with a whopping, what, 70? 70 altogether if you counter in your unique effect. It's pretty good. These cards are pretty good. Anyone who gets them, I'm sure there's some joy to be had there. So hey, if you see these in your free pulls on the support cards, don't fret. These are some nice ones to add to your arsenal. Of course, this new banner is not just all SRs. Let's go over the SSR banner first anniversary card, Narita Top Road. Narita Top Road at max limit broken will give you the following. Grain increased training, 1 per, pretty sure that's 10,000 fans, up to 20 for 20. No, that's not 20,000. That's 200,000. No, that's 20,000. I'm stilly. No, am I stupid? Don't answer that. 200. Why am I farting this bad? 200,000 fans. Okay, knock out of it, me. I'm so enamored by numbers that I can't even get through the unique effect that easily. Anywho. Friendship bonus 30%, speed bonus of 1, initial friendship wage of 15, a hint level 2, hit frequency of 30%, stretch superiority of 35, a race bonus, power bonus of 1, race bonus of 10, and a fan bonus of 15. Her support hints are non-standard distance, firm condition, inner post proficiency, preferred position, prepared to pass, long straightaways, all I've got, and a stat gain of 6 speed and 2 power. From her events, you can expect to get Pace Chaser Savvy, Pressure, Firm Course Menace, and Uptempo. Let's go over the chain events. On the first node, you get a mood up, you lose 10 energy, get 7 speed, 7 stamina, 7 wisdom, or wit, and a Pace Chaser Savvy hint plus 1. On the second node, you have a choice. Excuse me. I had a big cough coming out. You can lose 10 energy, get 15 speed, and 15 stamina with a pressure hit plus 1, or picking the bottom one will give you 20 energy back and a skill points plus 10. The third and final node, you'll lose 10 energy, get 15 speed, 15 stamina, 20 skill points, and the firm course menace hint plus 1, which I guess we can read it real quick. Increase performance on firm ground, boosting power and speed. And I'm pretty sure if we look into here, it is a base cost of 60 to both stats. Very nice. Random events include you could get 20 energy back, or you can lose 10 energy, get 25 speed, or the other random event that could occur is getting 10 stamina or an up-tempo hit plus 1. That is Narita Top Road, ladies and gentlemen. And what do I think about this card, eh? Well, for the most part, this is going to be very good for people really locking into, Track Blazer and, its style of functionality when it comes to running Umas. It is definitely going to be the go-to, thing to make your aces. But Narita Top Road does offer a lot to the table, and the lot she gives to the table means that, hey, this is not a bad card to have. But if you should ever feel bad about, wanting or needing to skip this, you shouldn't feel too bad about it. Not everyone needs to play, I suppose, to the full potential, and you should not be pressured into spending a lot of money on this game, ever. Whether a new meta support comes out or a new meta Umamusume, and I hate the word meta because it is, the term used for those good cards and good Umas. And I guess this is one of those nice meta ones for Mont. Just like, Rice Shower and Riko Kashimoto were for Unity Cup. Unfortunately, fortunately, we do have some free summons on this banner, so the chances of you getting Narita Top Road are still in the air. And whether you want to push for more, duplicates so you can better her stuff, we can take a quick look. You don't unlock the race bonus until level 45, which means you would realistically need to get 3 copies to get the 5% race bonus, and the last copy to get the last 5% for race bonus. But on top of that, her unique effect is just usually kind of nice to have in general. So even if you don't manage to truly wail out for that race bonus, you shouldn't feel too bad about it because her skills are pretty nice as well. Pace Chaser Savvy, Firm Course Menace, Up Tempo, Pressure, Prepare to Pass. All that jazz is very nice. And she definitely brings some good stuff to the table. But now that's enough of new, summonable stuff. Let's get into the story event. Why am I going down here? The story event, Flapping Run Up, which is also coming on the same day. Here are our event point bonuses, playable characters. We got Matakane Tannhauser, the new newcomer, which is going to be 2-star, so that's 5%. Kitasan Black is going to be the full 10 for getting her from the banner. Special week will be at 5, even though she is the off one technically. I guess anyone who isn't mainly featured on the first banner does not get the full-on, hey, 15% I guess at max, but we will still mention the other ones, because they all accumulate. Special week and her summer variant will be 5%. Gold ship will be 3, which is another free-to-play, quote-unquote, technically you can use, with a max of 10 at 5. TM Opera O will also feature in this event. Her and her New Year's will give you event point bonuses as well. Majiro Ryan, a 1-star, will give you 1% at, of course, 1-star, and 10% at 5. Admire Vega will show up in this event as well. Well, it's mostly because they're on the sport card banner, so you can expect them to be in the event somehow. With a 5%, 7%, 10% at max. Sakabakshin, another 1-star, 1% to 10%. And Meisho Dodo, 5% to 10%. Support cards. Of course, the new support cards will give you a bigger bonus. Narita Top Road will give you 30% at Limit Break 0. And of course, the new SSR for this event will give you 20. I think it's kind of funny that the new Satano Diamond that we're sort of going to be doing a quest for isn't on rate up either, but that's fine. The new Narita Top Road will max out at 45, Limit Break 4, and Majiro Bright will max out at 35. Everyone else will max out at 25 and have 10% as their base. The SRs. For the new SRs of Majiro, Ryan, Admire, Vega, and Sakabakshin, it will be 17% at Limit Break 0, but if you get it fully maxed out, all of them will give you 32%. And for those who are technically not on the rate up, we have the original Majiro Ryan Power, Guts Meisho Dodo, and the Yeah, Guts Meijo Dodo at 5% to 15%. Our new SR coming from this event, specifically Special Week, will be 13% and give a max of 28. When it comes to R cards, there's only two R cards that give you the new max bonus, which will be Majiro Bright and Narita Top Road. Both will give you 5% at R base 0 and 15% at fully limit broken. If you're not Majiro Bright or Narita Top Road, they will just simply give you 3% and 12% and max. This is another roulette event. I hope you guys didn't miss this on top of the points ladder, but we shall go over the points ladder a little bit. Of course, the focal points you really want to hit are those, tickets, those gems. Everyone loves gems. We have a special week. The last copy you would, I guess, get outside of the wheel would be at 2,600,000 points. You get a Rainbow Shard at 300,000. The last Majiro Bright at 400,000. Another Rainbow Bit Crystal Shard at 600,000. And the last Rainbow Shard is usually at the 900,000, this time being 9,200,000 points for the last Rainbow Shard. And of course, maxing out this fully will give you 500 carats, which should be doable, in my opinion. The specific races you need to take into account to completing the missions are the following. They're going to be following mostly the careers for both Mate Tikane Tannhauser and Kitasen Black. So, remember to enter the Tatsu no Miya Kinen and get 3rd or better. The Kikusho getting 3rd. Get at least 3rd or better. The Chenosho Spring getting 3rd or better. The Japan Cup getting 3rd or better. The Osaka High getting 3rd or better. Tenor Autumn 3rd or better. Arima Kinen 3rd or better. And I suppose these are some new ones down here. Finish your career with a medium distance aptitude at A rank once. Complete a career with any character having at least 100,000 fans once. Getting 3 different epitaphs, and participating in 10 or more races. Now, I think none of these actually have anything pertaining... Oh yeah, we do. To fully max out, you need to do Track Blazer at least 5 times to clear out the missions in here. So, you can technically do this and technically complete a career up to 12 times. It's not... it's going to count up to that, so technically you don't have to make it all Track Blazer. You can kind of, I guess, do also URA if you wish to go back that far, or Unity Cup if you're still missing Unity Cup. That's it. That's it, everyone. That is it for this... No, wait. It is not it. I didn't talk about Majiro Bright or Special League. Let's go over Majiro Bright, shall we? Majiro Bright is a new free-to-play SSR stamina. Her unique effect is gaining stamina bonus 2 when bond gauge is at least 80, friendship bonus of 25, initial friendship gauge of 30, spiritual priority of 50, race bonus of 5, fan bonus of 10, guts bonus of 1, and initial stamina of 30. Her support hints are right-handed, extra tank, fast pro, pressure, stamina eater, and a 6 stamina and 2 guts gain. From events, you can get early start or overwhelming pressure and deep breaths. I don't know why I said or. These are just the events skills you can get. On the first node, you get a choice between 1 mood, 10 stamina, or 10 energy and 10 wisdom. Second node, 15 stamina and an early start hint plus 1. And finally, the third and last one, 15 stamina and an overwhelming pressure hint plus 1. The random events include 15 stamina, 5 guts, or 15 speed and 5 power, and 10 energy and a deep breath hint +1, or 20 wit. That is Majiro Bright. Overall, you know, there are some needs for people who really need that, 50 specialty priority in the stamina slot, because usually it's a little tough. If you don't have Super Creek, I suppose you can always run a support Super Creek in one of these, but if you don't need a Super Creek, you'll probably need a Narita Top Road, and if you don't have a Narita Top Road, you probably want a Ketis in Black. But if you don't have a Ketis in Black, you're probably wailing on this game, and you don't need either. So just go with whatever you choose for, if you simply do not apply to those people who are looking for those opposites. Because technically you can run with any card. Nothing is stopping you. Special Week SR. Let's go over Special Week. She is power. She is power. Her unique effect is increases the effectiveness of training performed together by 5%. Increases initial power when beginning a career by 20. With a friendship bonus of 25%, hint level 2, hint frequency of 40%, mood effect of 30, race bonus of 5, fan bonus of 10, initial stamina of 20, and a stamina bonus of 1. Her support hints are Wet Conditions, Stamina to Spare, Hydrate, Homestretch Haste, Steadfast, Pace Chaser Straightaways, Tactical Tweak, and a stat gain of 2 stamina and 6 power. From events, you can get Head On, or you can get Extra Tank. On the first node, you get 15 energy back and a mood up. And the second node, there's a random chance where you can randomly get 10 energy back and a Head On hit +3, or you can just get the 10 energy back. The random events, you can pick between getting an extra tank hit +1 or 15 guts. And finally, you can choose to get 10 energy back and a mood up, or losing 10 energy, 15 stamina, and 15 skill points. Well, that's Special Week power. Overall, also, she has some nice facilities. It's unfortunate that she does not have, the specialty priority to really make sure she shows up in the power slot, so you can make use of that, effectiveness training together, the mood effect a little bit. But she has a 5% race bonus, so I guess it's something to make, some note towards for Track Blazer. But with that, we have finally reached the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Majiro Bright and Special Week will be obtainable through the story mode for Flapping Run Up, and it will also be acquirable from the roulette spin, so you can max it out. On top of that, well, there's not really anything left for me to talk about the first anniversary. So, if you decided to sit through this video, thank you for watching. I hope everyone the best of luck for either, if you're going for support cards, if you're going for trainees, or if you're simply saving up, I wish you the best of luck of saving up as well. I will be making a video, of course I will be summoning, but it will come out at a later date for specific reasons. You shall see. Without further ado, let's end this video. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't left a like or subscribed to my channel, please do. It helps. And I'll see you pretty soon. This is coming before the finale for my Champions Meet video. Goodbye!